Hello everyone, today we are in Cheddar. We're going to do some caving, which is quite cool. We're going to be staying overnight as well. We've got a really cool little campsite to show you guys, which is about 15-20 minutes away. But we're really excited. How are you feeling, girls?
I've got a bit of butterflies in my tummy, but it should be fun because it's an 8+, so I should be fine. And I think it's going to be great, yeah.
Maybe. I'm really nervous but really excited. I just need to get my stuff on, get in that cave and I'll be fine. That's what I need to do.
I'm quite nervous as well because Karina looked at the kind of restrictions and you've got to have a, what is it, 40-inch waist. I am under that.
No, yeah, like that's the maximum. You don't have to have that. That's
no, you don't, sorry, yeah, you don't have to have a 40-inch waist. That's the maximum. I'm not the slimmest guy in the world, but I'm sure I'll be fine.
Obviously, it's like adventure caving, so you know, it's kind of like small spaces, and I imagine there's some limits as to basically how big you can be to sort of actually fit through the cave. So both of us are sort of suddenly having a kind of crisis anxiety
sucking
situation.
It in. We'll see how this goes.
We're hoping we're not like, you know, borderline gonna get stuck, but
not sure how much film we're about to do in the cave. I've got the other GoPro with me, but it's going to be quite dark and damp, and we've got to be an instructor.
We need to ask, obviously.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, but we're very excited.
We'll either see you guys very soon when we come out of the cave, or we'll be able to show you a bit in the middle. But yeah, I'm sure it will go well. Ivy?
Now go, Ivy. That's it, so hold the ladder. That's it. Climb on up.
Wow, look at this. Our own private cave.
Very exciting.
It was otherworldly, doesn't it?
It looks like Mars.
So, this is the Black Cat Chamber. So this is what it was like when Goth first came in and started excavating. This is what the real floor's like. Obviously we put a floor in so that you can walk on. That's muddy. Alright. Your head nice and high, your bottom nice and low.
Leaning forward onto him.
That's it.
Yeah.
As you can probably see, can you all see I'm standing in a hole?
Yes.
I stand in this hole on purpose just to stop you falling in.
Yeah, that's a good
How was that, girls? Was that fun?
Yeah. Head height there, be careful.
Okay. So when we're in caves, we call everything by names, and it's easier that way for us to be able to find our way around. So it's when you go through, you use your legs to push and your elbow to push, because you've got to keep your head low.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to go through the other side and shine my torch. You can see how small the length is.
Okay.
That's it. Just keep wriggling. This is where I use sort of finding door. You keep them in.
Well done, honey. Keep going.
Head lower. Head lower. You've got to get under that one. That's it.
Love. That's it. You're good. Use your knees. That's it. Well done, honey.
Is it just?
Probably I'm not in the right space here. Oh, you just go over there, my love. Here comes mummy. Watch the cable.
Careful, mummy. Don't scratch your back.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Well done, babe.
Oh, come, mummy.
Oh, crikey, okay.
There is a little ledge on your left-hand side that you can put your leg on if you need it.
I got it. Oh.
Yay!
Well done.
Well, kind of. Got to get my butt out yet. That may take some time.
You're good, babe. You've got loads of room. Absolutely loads of room.
It's like a
There we go. She's up. Oh wow! Look at that.
I don't think it does justice on the camera.
Gosh.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh wow! Look, if you look up, girls, it's really shimmery. Oh, look all the way up into the ceiling too.
It's just so peaceful, isn't it?
And look directly above us here. Can you see?
Yeah.
So now how great.
Don't knock me over. Very good. Okay.
That's it. Just watch her legs, Ivy. Watch Eden's legs.
And maybe watch your heads as well, because you don't want to knock the... Do it nice and low so you don't knock the cave, if you can help it.
That's it. Well done.
Well done.
That was amazing.
Was it good? It's a really tight hole, isn't it?
Yeah.
You girls have just crawled through there. You're like proper cavers now. You're having fun.
Well, yeah. Cool through that.
You just crawled through there. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh my god.
OMG.
Head down now, that's it. You're good, you've got plenty of room. You've got plenty of room, Ivy. Keep going, you can put your head up a little bit. That's it, go, go, go.
I'll give you something to push against with your feet.
Well done. Good girl, you're through.
I'm through, right?
Yeah, just watch your legs, there you go.
Head down, Eden. Head down.
Head down, that's it, keep going. You're through.
They know it's coming up.
No?
Okay.
Well done, honey. Epic.
It was really fun.
That was so much fun. We have just completed our junior caving experience at Gorges Cave, which is just behind me, one of the biggest caves in Cheddar Gorge.
Yes, it's the main kind of attraction, I suppose, here. There are a few other caves, but it's the biggest one. So the junior experience, just for those that are interested, is basically open to those that are 8 and above. There are some restrictions at the upper limit of that in terms of your, I think we kind of alluded to this before, but basically
Yes.
you can't be...
We did it.
You can't be over 20 stone, and you can't have a waist like bigger than 40 inches. So we were all right, thank God.
That's good, it's reassuring.
But
the gene size is correct.
Yeah. But the girls absolutely loved it. There is another experience you can do, which is sort of the next step up from that, which is 13 plus. So if you're under 13 and you have a kid that's 8 and above in that bracket, then you're going to be looking at the junior experience. Anything 13 plus, then it's the full adult experience.
And I will say, someone who is not great with heights and is not great in dark
Closed
spaces,
spaces,
basically a little bit of a wuss, that was just enough for me. 8 plus is where it's at for me. So it was great fun. There were some really, really tight spaces to get through.
Yeah, super tight, yeah.
And it's like our lovely instructor said, it looks a lot worse than what it is.
Yeah.
I think the light plays tricks on you down there because all you've got is a headlamp and that's it. It's completely pitch black.
It was amazing. It was a really great experience. I mean, she took us through to some chambers where basically it was very much clear that you were not allowed to sort of touch the walls and things like that, because the cave itself is over, I think she said it was over 250,000 years old, which is kind of just mind-boggling. And yeah, so we kind of had the experience of sort of going through different chambers and things, lots of little tight squeezes, lots of sort of army crawling and going along on your belly and all that sort of stuff. So I think, you know, we are now definitely kind of very aware of our knees and elbows.
Yep.
But the girls did incredible, and they absolutely loved it.
smashed
Girls, what did you think? Did you love it? Let's see. Do you want to show? What did you think?
I loved it.
I think it was an amazing experience. I think that, yeah, I think it was amazing. Yeah, I really did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, I
think
really
I would,
would.
yeah.
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I think when you just about to do it with like a kid my age, so I think 8, 9, something like that, or in between, they feel like they feel like they're gonna hold back as soon as they get in the cave, but then as soon as you like start seeing what you're in, you feel absolutely fine. You feel like really excited. You feel really great. So that's what I felt.
It's just like the perception of it beforehand. Yeah, that makes sense.
And also, I was just going to say, we were really lucky because it's usually a joint group, so there's lots of people, but we were really lucky. There was no one that was booked in. It was all nice and quiet. We did it all by ourselves with our own instructor. But if you're doing it, I think it was a bit more easier for us because we had no other people to distract us or anything.
Yeah.
So we could hear hurt the instructor, and we could also be cautious and careful at the same time because we've got each other. And yeah, I think
That makes sense.
I'll echo what Eden just said there, because there was only, is it maximum of 10?
Yes, so on the
Get 10 on the
website,
group.
so this was, it's worth pointing out actually, this was a really last minute decision. We basically, I think Martin, we've said on previous videos, we didn't really have any major plans for summer, we were just winging it a little bit, and we kind of thought, you know, let's go to Cheddar. We haven't been, we've been once before as a couple. Eden was literally like 6 weeks old, so this is the first time we've been back since then, so we haven't been for like 10 years. So we just decided to come, and we're like, what can we do? And we looked it up on the website.
Booked it yesterday.
And we literally booked in yesterday.
And today's a Monday.
And I rang literally on the off chance, because on the website you'll find that it says that they get really, really busy and that they book up weeks in advance, particularly in peak season. Sorry, there's lots of bikes going up and down, so apologise for that. Yeah, they can get busy in peak season, and so, you know, I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to wing it, I'll ring and see. And sure enough, they had space to take us. And actually, it wasn't just that they had space to take us, they had 0 bookings for the junior excursion this morning, which meant that we were completely on our own with our tour guide. So yeah, as you were saying, it's normally a maximum, Yvette, who was our amazing, beautiful, wonderful guide, was telling us that normally they have a maximum of 10 people on that trip, but we just had it all to ourselves, so we were there, just 4 of us, and it was really, really great.
Yeah, really good.
magical.
That was fantastic. I recommend it to anyone. So in terms of cost, it's not the cheapest thing to do, as you would expect. It was £104 for all 4 of us.
But that was a 90-minute excursion, and you actually do get to do, and do you know what, I actually think we had a bit longer than 90 minutes, I'll be perfectly honest, but you actually get to do a sort of a chunk of the Gough Cave cave as well, because you go down in through the sort of pedestrianised pedestrianised kind of part of the cave. You enter in through that section, and then you get so far, and she's sort of talking to you the whole time, you get so far, and then she's like, right, and now we're going off this way, and you're sort of up a ladder climbing up off into the cave, where, you know, there very clearly isn't sort of walkways and stuff, and from there you sort of go deeper and deeper in. But yeah, I thought it was
really worth it. The only thing I will say is, to do all the other caves and other attractions in the area, they're all owned by the same company. So you've got Jacob's Ladder, which you have to pay to go up, but you don't have to pay to go down. There's also a museum, and there's another couple of caves as well. To do all of those, you have to buy a day ticket, which is about £20 per adult and £15 per child. So
that's a fair chunk of money.
That's the best part, what, 70 quid there.
It's disappointing.
What would have been really good was if you did the junior caving experience like we did and spent the £104, whether they maybe give you like a good discount, so you can then go and do the rest. So maybe, I don't know, 25% off, or maybe even 50% off the other attractions would be really helpful. But I think it's really hard to justify spending £104 and then another £70 to do, and maybe another 3 things that we haven't seen or done.
I think that's the problem. Because you've obviously already seen a chunk of Gough's Cave, and because that's sort of the big attraction, although there are other things and there are more options available to do and things on offer, the big sort of draw, you've kind of done a big chunk of it already, and a whole load of really cool stuff that you wouldn't do. So you know, it does feel like a lot more to pay on top, given you've already paid the admission for that, plus an extra 70. So basically we've chosen not to do it. But what I will say is that the chap in the ticket centre, I won't obviously say names because I don't want to get him into trouble, but you know who you are, he was really lovely to us and kind of gave us the hints and tips to say that you don't have to pay to get down Jacob's Ladder, and there is actually a lot of other entrance points, some of which are owned by National Trust. So if you are...
I should stop you there. Jacob's Ladder is how you can get up to do, there's a kind of walk around the top of the gorge you can do, and Jacob's Ladder is I think it's like 300 odd steps or something to get to the top, and usually you have to pay to get up there. But across the road there is a National Trust walk which you can do, which is open to the public completely free of charge, and that means that you can go down Jacob's Ladder without paying.
And actually the people in the visitor centre in town,
so there's 2 visitor centres. There's one visitor centre that belongs to the company that own all the caves, and then there's like a kind of, I would say, council-run tourist information centre.
That's probably the better way to do it. Yeah. And the tourist information centre, the council-run one, they were brilliant, and they kind of said to us, actually, if you do it that reverse way and don't go up Jacob's Ladder but kind of go up the other way, then actually what you end up doing is coming down Jacob's Ladder, it's better because you're then into the village, and then you're able to kind of, you know, use the loo, get an ice cream, have a drink, whatever, you know, as where if you're doing it the other way, you're going up, there's nothing up there, like literally there's no toilets, there's nothing. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, I haven't been up there yet, but it's views. I mean, basically what you're doing is it's a hike and it's views and it's beautiful countryside, I should imagine.
So we'll do probably a full run through.
Yeah.
We're going to do the hike tomorrow, so we can show you where we're going to park and everything to give you an idea of the best way to do it. Again, we've got some really good advice from the guys in the Tourist Information Centre, but I'm conscious of how long this is taking. The kids
are getting restless. They want to go and get an ice cream
because they want to go and get an ice cream, and they're standing in the hot sun, which probably isn't good for us. So
wrap it up.
We're going to go and look around now, and then we're going to head off to our lovely little campsite. So I guess we'll see you again in a second. We have arrived at our campsite. This is called Garden End Farm Campsite. We found this place about a month ago now, well actually about 6 weeks ago when we came down for a night. Here again just for one night, but it's an absolutely beautiful site. We came here again firstly because it's really well priced, secondly because the toilet facilities are fantastic, and thirdly it's a really small friendly site. It's not one of these massive kind of commercialized places which we don't really get on well with.
I think they've only got about 6 pictures or
yeah
so.
They have. It's really, really beautiful. We'll do a whole tour in our separate video, but I just wanted to let you guys know that we've done what we wanted to do in Cheddar today. It was really good. We bought some overpriced cave aged cheese. The kids tried a whole load of it.
It better be good because it's our dinner for tonight. So
spent an absolute fortune. But it's the same. I was saying to Karina on the journey over, actually, every kind of little village or town you go to in the UK,
it's fudge.
It's fudge, cheese, chutney, cakes, and Cornish pasties.
Ice creams, Cornish pasties,
Cornish pasties, even in Somerset. I don't know. World's gone mad. Brilliant. I think we're going to settle down for the night. We might get a bit of footage later, but
we're going to chill out.
Glass of wine is in order.
We're quite hot and bothered. It's actually a really warm day. This morning was lovely, but then obviously we were in the cave, so you know the weather made no difference to us whatsoever.
It's about 29 degrees at the moment.
But it's pretty warm, so we're just going to chill out, and our awning is giving us beautiful shade right now, and our beautiful minion screen cover is helping to insulate in a good way, like keep the heat out.
Yeah, keep the van cool.
Yeah, so we are all set. We're just going to chill out and relax.
Yeah, right. I guess we'll see you guys perhaps in the morning on our way to do our hike around the gorge.
Yes.
Right. Take 10. Good morning, everyone. So we are about to embark on a 3-mile hike up and around Cheddar Gorge.
Yeah, never done it before.
No.
So
should be interesting.
You know, we're using the term hike. I really don't know if it is going to be a hike or if it's going to be an easy amble. I couldn't tell you, but basically it's meant to take roughly 2.5 hours. They say.
And that's all the way round.
And that's all the way round. And we're going to try and break it up and stop in between. So what we've actually done is we took the advice of the lovely people in the National Trust office inside the village.
We started at the furthest point, which is called Black Rock Gate, and I'll put a what 3 words description down below so you can find it if you want to do the same as us.
Yeah, and then so we're going to walk basically into the village, down Jacob's Ladder, have some lunch.
Because that's free of charge to walk down Jacob's Ladder. You have to pay to walk up Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah. And then we'll get anything else last minute that we want. Like we might want to get a bit of extra cheese because we ate quite a lot.
Our body weight in cheese yesterday after our caving experience.
We may want to take some home.
Yes.
And then that's it. And then we'll be walking back out of the village on the opposite side to back where we've parked and then heading home.
And that should bring us up just around there, around where my finger is. Should walk us straight back to the van. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's currently about 24 degrees. It's supposed to be about 29, 30 later. So we picked a great day to do this.
Let's get walking.
But it looks good because there's lots of trees and things. So
yeah, hopefully it'll be quite undercover. But hey, who knows? Right, let's go. We have reached our first marker on the map, and we've done a big incline there. Karina is sweating. I am sweating.
We're all sweating.
Siri is also trying to talk to me.
Look at me, I'm sweating.
Yes. So we are point number 7 on the map. Let's see if I can show that to you now. Point number 7. We started at number 6, if you can see that there. Started at 6, we're now at 7, and I think it's quite straight now, quite level, until we get to around kind of 8, 9 Jacob's Ladder. Right, let's carry on. We have reached a really, really beautiful kind of opening here, and the views are just amazing. Just in front of me I can see Glastonbury Tor. You can also see, I think it might be Cheddar Reservoir. Just over this side you can get some really good views of the gorge. We are now starting our descent into the village. It's so warm. It actually feels like the kind of bush of Australia up here. Quite dramatic, I know.
It's that thing where it's the earth so dry that it starts to crack.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like, and because it's got that sort of terracotta tone to it, I think it does have a sort of reminiscence of being abroad, definitely.
Rather than in the middle of Somerset.
No, yes.
But we are all very sweaty and looking forward to our cake and cream tea. I might have both of them. We have just gorged ourselves on food, ready to carry on the hike. It's actually quite convenient because the cafe is located just across the road from where you pick the trail back up to go up the other side of the gorge. Does that make sense? I think it does.
Yeah, the cafe is like right behind you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're like now entering into the trail.
Very well located. We're carrying on now. We're near a stone cottage, which is quite beautiful. And yeah, we're going to carry on our journey around the gorge. So we have done it. That was really hard work there, coming back round.
I don't know what the temperature is today, but it is warm.
I can tell you, 1 second. No, I can't. It's not working.
I think it's at least like 30.
Yeah, it's got to be 29, 30.
Oh,
I think.
and I mean, we were probably a bit silly really because we took our time having a break when we went to the cafe for lunch, which is all very well and good, except that just then means that obviously we've come out and done the second half when it's like really hot.
Yeah, it was slightly more cloudier, but it's very exposed, that side actually. I think the other side's a bit better, it's a bit more covered. So the Jacob's Ladder side is the side we went up towards the village, and we came back the other side, which is...
Yeah, so coming down Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah, coming down Jacob's Ladder, then you cross the road and then you come back round to Blackrock, which is where we are.
I have to say, having watched
it's a lot harder that side.
Well, no, yeah, it is a lot harder, but I also have to say, having watched other people do it when they go up Jacob's Ladder, I don't fancy coming up that bit either.
No.
So I actually think, thank you National Trust people for kind of giving us the pointers that you did, because I actually think it worked. It was certainly a challenging, and I think the heat was the thing that made it really, really challenging.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really challenging anyway, but the heat's really added the extra level. But I have to say, I think that having those hints and tips from the National Trust folks definitely helped, and I'm pleased we did it in the order that we did it. Absolutely.
Yeah. It was really good fun. I feel like it's been a really good day, 2 days really. What have we done? We've been over the gorge, we've been under the gorge, and we've been through the gorge. So we've done it all. Every which way you can, which is quite cool. Really lovely place to come. Yeah. If you're going to do the caving experience, I probably wouldn't bother with the whole kind of day ticket. But if you're going to do the day ticket, then I guess you get your money's worth that way.
I mean, you know what, I think it just depends on what you want to do, but ultimately
I certainly wouldn't do both.
Just be prepared to pay a lot of money if you want to do both. That's basically what it boils down to. I mean, we prioritised the adventure caving just because that felt like a lot more fun than a museum, and so that's what we wanted to do. That's where we put our money. But if you want to do the whole package, so to speak, you just need to be prepared to. It's like 170 quid plus. And to be fair, they also do like junior rock climbing here, which we didn't do. Yeah. And if you wanted to add that on again, then that's more money again. So it's just looking at what they have on offer and kind of deciding what your family would most like to do, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
It really.
If you are going to do the gorge walk at the top, you need to allow a whole day for that with lunch in between, because I certainly wouldn't. I'm a bit shattered now. I don't know if I want to do anything else, to be honest.
I know it does. It's just the
heat.
It's the heat. It's the heat. Yeah, it's really, really.
And it's a proper hike coming up and down. It's proper ascending and descending. We've seen quite a lot of families do it with small kids, so it can be done, but you've got to take your time and be careful.
I mean, I wouldn't say as knackered, but I feel borderline kind of in the realms of being kind of Snowdon knackered. And that was, and that's ridiculous, but it's just the heat. It just adds so much more, doesn't it, to what you're trying to do. But
very good fun.
But it was good, and we've all had a really lovely time. Yeah. And now it's time to go home.
Yeah, so I hope this video has been useful. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again soon.
Take care.